Hi everybody, welcome to Chow Time. I am Spike Spencer. This is my kitchen. This is my show on the homestead. And today, since I'm homesteading, pretty much, I'm learning gardening and canning and all that fun stuff. We're gonna talk about a basic quick pickle. I've gotten so much into pickling things and jams and canning and all of that. So I'm learning as I go. I'm still such a novice. I've screwed up so many things. I've had jars explode when I'm sterilizing them in water, etc. This, what I'm going to show you today, is super simple. Write it down somewhere. You just put it in your head. It's very easy. It's 2-1-1, and I'll explain that in a minute. But you can pickle just about anything. This is a sweet, kind of a sweet pickle, not super crazy sweet, but it is a sweet sour pickle that goes with pretty much any vegetable, include onions as well. So let's get to it. Let me just show you. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is start our pickling liquid. And that's the main thing, the basic pickling liquid. You can put just about anything in this. You start with a vinegar. Now this could be any kind of vinegar, pretty much. You could do rice vinegar, you could do champagne vinegar if you wanna get fancy. And I'm just gonna use apple cider vinegar, very easy. I'm gonna throw that into the pan. So I'll do 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, and that'll do a lot more than you think, because once you pack these jars full of stuff, you'll have extra. There we go, 1 cup. Okay, 1 cup, just made it. All right, now I will put this 1 cup of apple cider vinegar in there. Now, so I have 1 cup, okay, so that's 2 parts vinegar to 1 part water and 1 part sugar, 2-1-1. So I put a cup of vinegar in here, so I need a ½ cup of sugar. ½ cup of sugar. And of course my sugar is organic, you know, it's very nice. It's organic and sustainably farmed and all that sort of thing. I know, I'm so frou-frou, right? Okay, put that into the vinegar. Boop. Make sure you get all that in there. And then you're gonna do a ½ cup of water. Now I've already measured my ½ cup of water here. Pour that right in. And now what you're gonna do is bring that to a boil and mix it up. There we go. As usual, that's how hard it is. Seriously, that's it. Now I'm gonna mix that up, so I wanna make sure that sugar is dissolved. Now we'll talk about this a little bit more while I'm cutting these things up. So let's say I'm doing a jar. I know I wanna put some stuff in that jar, and I want to pack it as firm as I can. So that little batch right there is going to do me 2-3 of these, right? Depending on what I put in. So I went out into the garden the other day and picked a bunch of little things that were there that weren't impressive, to be honest. But they're enough so that I said, wow, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pickle them. So I would, peel them, but seriously, that's going to take forever. I'm just gonna, they're fine. There. So a little one like that, you can leave it like this if you want to. It'll take longer for it to, pickle. So I'm gonna cut it in half. I've got the V-cut. Great. So I'll throw some carrots in. Carrots are really good with pickling, by the way. I have a batch that I pickled in there. I mean, they keep really well. So let's do another one here. I've got another carrot over there. So mainly the things I have here are carrots, and this one's scrubbed pretty well. Let me just take a little bit of it off. If I see any dirt, impurities, I scrubbed the crud out of them, so hopefully they'll be fine. And you just want to make sure they're clean. But I grew them, so I know they're organic. There's nothing been put there. So I will cut that. Let's see, is that good enough? Or do I want to make them thinner? If I want to pickle them quicker, like, I got a party tomorrow and I want a lot of finger food, I would cut these in half. So they'd be, and cut this, in a quarter. I cut these down one more time, but I don't really need to. I have plenty of time. I don't know how long I'm gonna pickle these for. The thing about pickling is they can stay good for a very long time, even without being sterilized. So if you want to pickle something, you want to save something, definitely give it a pickle. I have some things that I haven't even sterilized, like sauerkraut, fermented things that have been in there for probably a year, 2 years. I'll still eat them. I'm not telling you to do that, but I check it out. I take a bite. that tastes really, really good. I'll eat it. I've done that. I have some kimchi in there that I made probably 2 years ago. I'm probably going to eat it. I don't know if kimchi ever goes bad, to be honest. I know people say, it's only good for so long. I don't know, man. I've tried some that I'm just like, that tastes like kimchi. It's been in there a long time. Still tastes like kimchi. All right. So let's cut this down. So what I'm making for this batch is just going to be some carrots and some, I have some radishes. I'm just making kind of different cuts and different kind of finger foods. This is really more of a cocktail thing, but you can do anything. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to share something else with you at the end here, but this is one of my favorites. Here we go, see this. This is, see that? That is a watermelon radish. Grow these, they're so cool. They're so cool. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. And just like a radish, they've got that, spicy pop to them. But when you pickle them, they lose some of that. They still got a little bit of a pop, not as much. So you throw them in, and they're looking great. I also have some daikon radish. I don't have it in this batch, but I got it in this batch that I'm going to show you in a minute. We're going to talk about that. But I've had some pretty good success with radishes in my garden. So they're not hard to grow. And if the critters haven't gotten to the greens, the radish greens are great, sauteed, really nice. I had one lonely little beet that was ready to go. So cutting this guy up. I'm just going to cut it like once here. There we go. Once there, he'll just be in there, Here we go. So we got a nice little batch here. I'm going to throw some more in. That is boiling. I don't need it to boil too much. It has come to a boil for a minute. That's it. Turn it off. And this is where we start discussing about hot pickling and cold pickling. So there is there's a million ways you can do this, right? You can pickle all kinds of things. I had a book that was, just full of all these pickle recipes and yada, yada, yada. And I tried them and pickled everything and tried this, tried that. I was not impressed with so much of that book. And so then I started looking through my other books, and of course I have one from Thomas Keller. And he just said, here you go. He did two things that I'm just like, well, damn. Pickling. He said he has this is straight from his book Ad Hoc at Home, and it's fairly known. But he does this stuff in champagne vinegar, which is very nice. And so I've done that as well with some other veggies before. But he did also a pickled watermelon rind, which I'd love to do because I have some watermelon rind. I do it pretty much every year when we have watermelons. I will do sweet pickled watermelon rind. And it's funny because I do that and people are like, that's so good. I'm like, I know, I don't eat it. It's bizarre that I don't eat it. Because every time I taste it, I'm like, that is so wonderful. I am so happy that I made it. Maybe I should eat it. Yeah. I just, it's one of those things where when I'm cooking, for example, when I make a meal, and people are like, oh, we're going to eat on that all the time. We're going to eat on that tomorrow and the next day, etc. I'm like, probably not. I cooked it, and I'm like, I don't know. It's just not something that I want to have again. It's like I have this desire to make something and eat it, and then I'm just like, that was fulfilled. I'm satiated. I want to make something else. We only have so many meals in this world, and I want to make them count. I want to really enjoy them, even if they're crap. Even if it's like, I'm going to Taco Bell. Sometimes I just really want Taco Bell. Get off me. Don't give me no guff. Give me no problem. Tell me nut. Okay, let's stack these in, round and round. I'm looking at this right here. I've got this green onion. I've never put a green onion in here. I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll do something. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I love playing with these things and just trying new things like, a garlic. One nice head of garlic. Why not? You do anything you want. One thing I will say, there was the Mexican, it's the pickled jalapeno, onions, and carrots that you'll get at some of the Mexican restaurants. There was a place, and I've said this in a couple of other episodes, a place in Houston called La Jalisciense. That's how we used to say it. And I used to live right by it, and it was just this kind of hole-in-the-wall place, but it was so awesome. And we would go, and I would be, whenever we would finish up at the restaurant that I was working at the time, whoever was done and would run over there as fast as they could because we were right before last call because it was late at night. And we'd run over there, whoever it is, would run over there and I need 10 tequila shots. I need 4 beers. I need, this whole thing. And then by the time the order came to the table, everybody else had showed up. But they had this great dish of just that, what I'm just talking about, the pickled carrots, onions, and jalapenos. Yeah, those are the ones that were in there. And it was serious. It was so good. I just absolutely loved it. And so if anybody knows that recipe, I would want it. I really want it. I have not been able to find it. I have tried so many different ways to make that and to get that exact flavor. Have not been able to, and I don't know what it was. Anyway, enough about me. All right, we have our basic pickle liquid. What do we say? 2-1-1. 2 parts vinegar, 1 part sugar, 1 part water. Got it? Cool. Bring it up to a boil. Now here's the thing. You can hot pack it, which is, it's very, very hot right now. I can put it in here and it will kind of cook the veggies and let it sit and come to room temperature. Or I can let that sit, come to room temperature, and then pack it. I don't really know the difference, but we're gonna see right now because I did these the other day, okay? So I did, this one is cold pack. I didn't sterilize them and all that, I just packed them in. And it's so much vinegar and sugar, seriously. I don't refrigerate my ketchup and mustards and all that are over there because they're so high in vinegar content. Why? All right, so this is the hot pack. There we go. That's one. There we go. That's two. All right, so we're gonna taste test it and see if there's a difference. Oh, the other thing is I put, oh, there we go. The hot pack kind of sealed a little bit more. That's what. Aha, that makes sense. All right, now we have the hot pack. One thing that I do is I put a little parchment paper in and tap it down to make sure the liquid stays in. So there's no like air and, it's just a thing. So you can do that or not. You don't really have to. All right, let's check it out. So we have a hot pack here. So I've got a hot pack watermelon radish. It's good. With radishes, once you put them in a pickle, they got a little stank. It's just a thing. It's not bad. It's like a sweet stank. That's my dancing name. Sweet stank. Okay, here's the cold pack. Very similar. I mean, I really couldn't tell the difference, except if you'll see, these shrank down more. Look here. See that one? That's the cold pack. See, there's a lot there. Look at the one that was hot pack. So there's more liquid right here. That's the only difference, really. Flavor-wise, I don't really see a difference. I don't taste a difference. Let's try the daikon. So I have some daikon out there. There's that stank. Nice. You know the stank I'm talking about. If you like fish sauce or something like that, there's a stank. And it's awesome. Like stanky cheeses. That's it. All right, so cold and man, I can tell the difference. All right, so next step. So now that I know it doesn't really matter that much, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So, one thing I forgot. Hold on. This, can you see me? This, you put down in your jar. Like that. And you can add stuff like this, because I know if I pour it in just like this, it's gonna go down the side of the pot. If I'm not careful, it's gonna burn my hand. So it's gonna go down the side of the pot. It's gonna go down in. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Keep on going. And I'm just gonna fill it to about 1/4 inch from the top. Now, if I were going to sterilize it and actually boil it, by sterilizing it, you seal these cans. I like the wide mouth ones. I just think they're better. So now I have pickled these. It's going to get hot real quick, so I'll just show you. How pretty is that? Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. You see that? So it's all pickled. Now, the one thing I would do, there will be air pockets down in there. So you can take a knife or chopsticks, what I usually use, and just kind of go down, let those bubbles release. And as I said, you can use a parchment, kind of a cartouche. And there you go. When you pop it like that, bubbles come up. So now I have all of these here that are not under. Ooh, it's a little hot, but I'm going to push them down anyway. And if I wanted to, I could use that cartouche. Don't need to. I mean, especially if you're going to serve them like pretty soon. So these would be great. You could do these like for an hour before a party or something if you wanted to. They will start taking on the flavor. Definitely overnight, and you'll be good to go. These I did a few days ago, 26th, about almost a week ago. And so they're great. They taste really nice. They really took on the flavors. And so I could serve that tonight as an hors d'oeuvre or something like that. Or sometimes what I also do with pickled veggies, when you can't find something to do with them, add them to like chicken salad, tuna salad, egg salad, things like that. Things you can just chop them up small and throw them in a soup. It'll add a little sweetness, a little funkiness to the soup. So try that, but do the easy, quick pickle. Oh, one note, if you're going to do onions, if you want to add a little redness, I know some places they use the grenadine syrup, but that's just nasty stuff. A little bit of beet juice will turn everything red if you want to have a color there. Try something, play with it, have fun. Pickling is cool. I don't care who you are. I like it. Make my own pickles. Ooh, I made my own cucumbers. Hold on a second. So I have cucumbers that are coming up in the garden this year. So they're all kind of looking funky, to be honest with you. But I got to try this one. Oh, did I hot pickle this one? I don't know. All right, so this is just cucumber. Now, this one, that is spectacular. The texture on cucumber is interesting. If you're looking for that crispy, this has the crispy because I did it in the pickle and I put it in the fridge. So it's got a little bit of crispy, but it's also a little bit, it's starting to soften. So it's still got a bit of crunch to it, but it's losing its shape, so it's not like the prettiest thing. However, I think if you used, pickling lime, if you set it in that for a while, I'm not sure how that works out, but look it up. Look up pickling lime and new cucumbers, you pick them that way, and then you put them in the liquid, and they just have this bigger crunch. I've done that with green tomatoes, and they're still like, wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, wow, what a show. Basic Pickling 211, get it going, and have a great time. And we'll talk more about pickling in the future because that's what I do. So there you go. All right. Thank you for coming to Chow Time. Tell all your friends and come back because it's Chow Time and let's eat.